to see me?
Yes.
And what can I do for you?
Give me back my husband.
Give you back your husband?
Yes. You were wondering which one he is. He's a blond man, not very tall, wears glasses. He is a lawyer, your manager's lawyer. Alfred is his first name.
Oh, I do know him, yes.
I know you do. I implore you, give him back to me.
Now, you mustn't mistake my silence for embarrassment. I'm at a loss because I don't quite see how I can give you back your husband when I haven't got him to give.
You just admitted that you knew him.
Oh, that scarcely implies I've taken him from you. Of course I know him. He dropped my last contract. It seems to me I've seen him once or twice since then, backstage. A rather nicely spoken, fair-haired man. Did you say he wore spectacles?
Yes.
I don't remember him with spectacles.
He probably took them off. He wanted to look his best to you. He is in love with you. He never takes them off when I'm around. He doesn't care how he looks when I'm around. He doesn't love me. I implore you, give him back to me.
Now, if you weren't such a very foolish young woman, I should be very angry with you. Where did you get the idea that I've taken your husband from you?
He sends you flowers all the time.
Well, that's not true.
It is.
It isn't. He never sent me a flower a day in his life. Did he tell you he did?
No, I found out at the florist. The flowers are sent to your dressing room twice a week and charged to him.
Well, that's a lie.
Do you mean to say that I'm lying?
I mean to say that someone is lying to you.
And what about the letter?
A letter?
He wrote it to you and it said...
Well, let me see.
No. I will read. My darling, shan't be able to call for you at the theatre tonight. Urgent business. 1,000 apologies. 10,000 kisses. Alfred.
Oh.
Probably intended to send it to the theatre by messenger. But he forgot. And I opened it.
Oh, well now you mustn't cry.
Why mustn't I? You steal my husband, I mustn't cry. Oh, I know how little it means to you. And how easy it is for you. One night you dress like a royal princess, and the next night you undress like a Greek goddess. You blacken your eyebrows, and redden your lips, and wax your lashes, and paint your face. You have cosmetics and bright lights to make you seem beautiful, and author's lines to make you seem witty and wise. No wonder a poor, simple-minded lawyer falls in love with you. What chance have I against you in my cheap little frock, my own lips and eyebrows, my own unstudied ways? I don't know how to strut and pose and lure a man. I haven't got Mr. Shakespeare to write beautiful speeches for me. In reality, you may be more stupid than I am, but I admit that when it comes to alluring men, I'm no match for you.
Well, this is a very interesting case.
What is?
Yours.
Mine, what do you mean?
I mean that I never received a flower, or a letter, or anything else from your husband. I wonder, haven't the two of you been getting on rather badly of late?
Yes, of course.
But you used to be very affectionate with each other.
Well, yes.
But of late, you have been rather cold.
Yes.
Oh, of course. A typical case, my dear. If only you knew how often we actresses encounter this kind of thing. It's perfectly clear that your husband is playing a little comedy to make you jealous, to revive your interest in
say such a thing has happened to you before?
Endless times. It happens to every actress who is moderately pretty and successful. It's one of the oldest expedients in the world, and we actresses are such conspicuous targets for it. There is scarcely a man connected to the theatre who doesn't use us in that way at some time or another. Authors, composers, scene designers, lawyers, even the managers themselves. To regain a wife or a sweetheart's affections, all they need to do is invent a love affair with one of us. The wives are always so ready to believe it, and usually we don't know a thing about it. Of course, when it does come to our notice, we don't mind so much. At least we have the consolation of knowing that we are the means of making many a marriage happy that might otherwise enter the divorce court.
But how could I know?
Oh, my dear, you mustn't apologise. Well, you couldn't know, of course. It seems so plausible. You fancy your husband in an atmosphere of perpetual temptation, a backstage world full of beautiful sirens with no scruples or morals. One actress, you suppose, is more dangerous than 100 ordinary women. You hate us and fear us, and none understands that better than your husband, who is evidently a very cunning lawyer indeed. So he plays on your fear and your jealousy to regain the love that you deny him. He writes a letter. Leaves it behind him on the desk. Trust a lawyer never to do that unintentionally. He orders flowers for me in the morning and probably cancels them the moment he gets to the office. I say, hasn't he a lock of my hair?
Yes, in his desk drawer. I brought it with me.
Yes, they bribed my hairdresser to steal from me. It's wonder I've any hair left at all.
Is that how he got it?
Well, I can't imagine how else. And tell me, hasn't he left any of my love letters lying around?
No.
Well, don't be alarmed. I haven't written him any.
Then what?
Of course, I might have. If he'd come to me frankly and said, well, I say, Sarah, would you do a little something for me? My wife and I aren't getting along so well. Would you write me a passionate love letter that I could leave lying around at home for her to find? I should certainly have done it for him. I have written a letter that would have made you wink into your pillow for a fortnight. I wrote 10 just like that for a very eminent playwright once, but he had no luck with them. His wife was such a proper person that she returned them all to him unread.
How clever you are! How good!
Well, I'm neither better nor worse than any other girl in theatre. Even though you do consider us such monsters.
I've been a perfect fool.
Well, you do look rather silly, standing there with tears in your eyes, cheeks flushed with happiness to discover that the little blonde man with spectacles loves you after all. Oh, my dear. No man deserves to be adored as much as that. But that's your own affair, isn't it?
Yes.
And yet, I'd like to give you a little bit of parting advice. Don't let him fool you like this again.
Oh, he won't, never fear.
No matter what you may find in his pockets, letters, handkerchiefs, my photograph, no matter what letters he writes, or appointments he makes, or flowers he sends. Don't be taken in a second time.
You can be sure of that. And you won't say anything to him about my coming here, will you?
Oh, not a word. I'm very angry with him for not having come to me frankly to ask my permission to use my name in the way that he did.
Oh, you're a dear and I don't know how to thank you.
Now you mustn't start crying all over again.
You have made me so happy. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, you can come in now, Alfred. She's gone.